conspiracy theories. Today, it's a hot thing because 400,000 people now believe the world is flat. Flat earthers are up to 400,000 people.
How are there that many stupid people on this planet? How are there 400,000 people that are that dumb? I don't get it.
So now they're bringing up maybe you don't believe vaccines. You know, maybe you think they cause autism. Right. And maybe 5G is messing up your head.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing in the news. So I went through and I want to find out if you believe in any conspiracy theory at all.
Okay.
Number one on this list is the Beatles never existed.
Unfortunately, they did. Listen, I'm not in, you know me, I'm not into boy bands. That's not my thing. Mm-hmm. But the Beatles did exist. How would anybody think they didn't exist? I mean, Paul McCartney's still walking around.
Yeah, but he died way back in the day, and they were replaced by different ones.
Okay.
So I don't put that past the record company for doing that. You know.
Well, I heard that about Scott Weiland, and so is that true? You worked for Atlantic Records. Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots. I heard that many times that he died and they kept replacing him with a Scott Weiland lookalike because it wasn't like he was famous, but he wasn't famous enough that everyone knew him. He was easy to replace. That's what I've heard.
No, that's impossible because they picked from the wrong pool then.
Okay.
They kept picking from the heroin pool. Now, give me another heroin guy. No, Scott was really a really good guy, really messed up on drugs.
Right.
So, they couldn't have picked a different one. So you don't believe that. You think the Beatles were the Beatles. None of them died and were recast. Okay.
Yeah, I just think that Scott Weiland wasn't Scott Weiland.
No, I knew Scott, so it was Scott. And and if it wasn't, no, Atlantic isn't that smart to do that. So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. Barack Obama could control the weather. Now this is on the list.
With what? With his mind? I mean, does he know somebody? Is he really tight with Mother Nature or God?
Through planes and fog and all that, he could control the weather.
But that's not how the weather works. The weather doesn't work through planes and fog.
So you don't believe that one? Okay.
No, because it doesn't make any sense. First of all, a person can't control the weather. Second of all, the way that they have him controlling the weather, it's almost like saying he can control the weather depending on what pillow he sleeps on at night. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. That's not how the weather happens.
No, you can put stuff in airplanes and the chemtrails can change the weather.
There's no such thing as chemtrails. That's such bullshit. No, don't get me started. No.
Yeah, okay. The Earth is flat. You don't believe that?
No.
Saddam Hussein had a Stargate.
What's a Stargate?
Where he could go through time in different realms and things like that.
Saddam Hussein? Of all people to have it, why would you give it to Saddam Hussein? If you're going to have a conspiracy, maybe Beyonce has it or somebody that's incredibly talented and
the Illuminati, like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yes, exactly. She's in... That's not a thing either. But no, I'm gonna go with no on the Saddam Hussein thing. That's Hussein. That's insane.
Okay, Saved by the Bell. Remember that show? Was a vehicle for the Illuminati.
How?
There was a hidden message in the theme song, which was a giveaway for the Illuminati.
Okay, wait. Now, what's the theme song from Saved by the Bell?
When you wake up in the morning and you blah, 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 blah.
Diarrhea. That one?
No, that wasn't, no.
Because that one, I believe that song is a message to the Illuminati. Diarrhea, diarrhea, Illuminati. It's all right, 'cause I'm saved by the bell.
Yeah, so there, now if we...
But that wouldn't be the Illuminati. That would be
Satanism.
Satanic. Yeah. If you told me that you thought it was satanic, then I'd be like, well, there you go.
All right. So if you listen to it, if I'm saved by the bell, that's then you reverse it.
Yeah.
And it comes up and says, "Man, I miss my Satan. we are all saved.
Okay, so that wouldn't be the Illuminati. That would be a satanic cult.
So do you believe it now? It's right there. You can hear it.
But then you have to play the song backwards. Why would you play the song? Why would playing a song backwards mean anything?
Because
how would that be anything?
If you're going to hide Satan in a song, you're going to hide it in the Saved by the Bell theme. I do believe that.
Well, I mean, Tiffany Amber Thiessen's career is kind of like, how did that happen? So maybe.
Hitler is still alive.
How many more of these do you have?
I have a ton. Hitler is still alive.
Ugh.
You don't believe it?
Did I just start saying yes and you can leave me alone now?
Okay, so you believe Hitler is still alive.
I do not believe Hitler is alive. I mean, yes, sure, why not?
The moon doesn't exist.
Okay, well, if the moon didn't exist, we wouldn't exist.
It's a hologram.
Okay, that's not possible.
It's a hologram.
We landed on the moon.
Jay-Z is a time-traveling vampire.
I'm just not going to respond to these. This is so stupid.
Days are actually 4 days at once, kind of like a cube.
Oh, my God. Yes, I'm going to go yes on that. Sure. You know what? During COVID, days are like everything's a year. Every day is a year.
The earth is hollow, and it's got stairs in it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say chocolate.
Dinosaurs helped build the pyramids. That I can believe.
How is that possible? How could they have helped? They're animals.
Because you put like the blocks on their back and they carry them. How else could they build the big pyramid? It had to come from the dinosaurs.
Yeah, that sounds very reasonable.
Denver Airport is the home of all evil. I do believe that.
This is one of those times that I wish we had a third person on the show so I can have an actual conversation with them while you do this. Be really good to have like another person.
All right. Hillary Clinton is actually dead and was replaced by a body double. Michael Jackson was killed by the Iranian government. No. Michael Jackson is still alive. No. None of these?
Literally none of them. But I'm going to let you keep going because I can't stop you.
Hunter S. Thompson was murdered.
Okay, you have to first explain to most of the people watching who Hunter S. Thompson, or listening, who Hunter S. Thompson is.
he was
if you have to explain
author.
If you got to explain who somebody is and then you have a conspiracy theory about them, you've gone way too far.
See, you don't believe none of these. You don't believe Loch Ness Monster. You believed we landed on the moon.
Yeah.
You believed the Titanic sunk.
It did.
You don't believe in Sasquatch or UFOs.
Right, because I have a thinking brain. That's why. Because I believe in science and because these are all facts that have been proven that crazy people have recently decided to undo for just because.
Give the phone number again, just in case people want to agree with me.
Okay, fine. Our phone number is 917-310-1330. 917-310-1330. In case you want to call in and agree with Anthony if you think any of these conspiracies.
It's true.